The rain lashed against my windows, mimicking the storm brewing inside me. The divorce papers felt like lead, heavy with shattered promises. My future, once clear, was now obscured. Jessica, my ex-wife, possessed a cold beauty, a glacial chill that could freeze you in place. Now, that chill was amplified by Chris, her new companion, a man of arrogance. He had polished smiles that never quite reached his eyes. He was a viper, lurking in the shadows, poisoning my relationship with Mia and Noah, my children. I remember the day Noah came home, his face a mask of confusion. "Dad," he mumbled, twisting his shirt. "Chris said you didn't try hard enough." The words burrowed deep, festering like a wound. It wasn't just the attempt to undermine me, it was the casual disregard for a child's heart. Mia, sensitive and artistic, became withdrawn, her laughter replaced with quiet, questioning glances. Who are we supposed to believe? The interference was relentless. Every weekend visit was a tightrope walk, Jessica's subtle digs, Chris's condescending remarks, forming a barbed wire fence. I was being erased from their lives, painted as the villain, the failure. I could feel their poison corroding my family. Their manipulations were clear, like a viper's trail in the sand. The impotent rage threatened to consume me. But I refused to be the broken man they wanted. I wouldn't be a victim in their narrative. I decided to fight back, not with their petty cruelty, but with quiet, resolute strength. I started with myself. My mornings became discipline, sweat, and effort filling the void. The gym became my sanctuary, the treadmill, a cathartic release. I ate well, nourishing body and soul. I learned to meditate, finding silence in chaos. I was rebuilding, brick by painful brick. I wouldn't give them the satisfaction of seeing me crumble. As I grew stronger, physically and mentally, my perspective sharpened. It was like shedding fog, seeing the world with a clearer gaze. I noticed things I had missed before. Chris's too-perfect demeanor, his carefully crafted persona, had cracks. He was always too eager to impress, too quick to boast. Something wasn't right, a persistent unease in my mind. Driven by this feeling, I delved into the internet, digging through public records and financial reports. It was like a labyrinth of deceit, each click leading me deeper. I uncovered a trail of fraudulent businesses, shell companies that had bilked investors. Chris wasn't the charming entrepreneur. He was a master manipulator, a wolf in designer clothing. I didn't rush. I gathered all the evidence, piecing together the puzzle of his deception. I consulted a lawyer, my heart pounding with anticipation. He confirmed my findings, his face grim. This wasn't minor. This was calculated fraud, with far-reaching consequences. The legal wheels started turning, the gears grinding relentlessly. The truth began to rise. The fallout was spectacular. Chris's facade shattered, revealing the seedy reality beneath. The news hit like a tidal wave, sending shockwaves through Jessica's world. His charm vanished, replaced by fear. The authorities began their investigation. Jessica, vulnerable and exposed, found herself isolated. Her new social circle evaporated. The glacial beauty looked fractured, her eyes reflecting the storm she invited. It wasn't the victory I craved. Seeing Jessica's humiliation didn't fill me with satisfaction. I focused on my children. Mia and Noah, witnessing their mother's distress, reacted with confusion and sadness. But they were also beginning to see Chris for who he truly was. They asked questions, real questions, their voices filled with apprehension and curiosity. I answered honestly, openly, never bad-mouthing their mother, but making sure they understood the truth. I explained that it was never okay to lie, that integrity was paramount. I saw their eyes widen, absorbing the information, their trust in me slowly rebuilding. I became their rock, the steady presence they could rely on. The barbed wire fence began to crumble. The visits became different. The tension was gone, replaced by understanding. We laughed together, shared stories, went on adventures. I watched Mia's passion for art return, her sketchbooks filled with vibrant colors. I heard Noah's laughter, the sound that had been missing for so long. My life was far from perfect. The scars of the past remained, a reminder of betrayal and manipulation. But I was stronger, more resilient. I had fought for my children as their father, showing them the power of truth. I showed them the importance of self-respect and the unwavering strength of a man who refused to be broken. I had emerged from the storm, bruised but not defeated, finally finding peace on the other side of the darkness. Watching my children, I knew this was the only victory that truly mattered.